When people see trash, I see treasure. This week I came across a few broken things, and with a little creativity, we're bringing them back to life. So grab a cup of coffee, settle in, and let's decorate with trash, one cozy imperfect piece at a time. Because around here, it doesn't take much to make a house feel like home.
Y'all, over the last 2 months, I have found so many cool treasures at a trash dump. Every time I find something, I think there's no way I'll find something better. And then lo and behold, I'll find something better. So I have a few projects to do outside to show you where I found some treasures and where I'm going to place it on the outside of my house. And then we actually have quite a few projects, actual projects of putting things together that were broken, and we're going to decorate my inside. I have recruited my father-in-law. You know the saying, jack of all trade, master of none? Well, my father-in-law is jack of all trade and master of them all. He's super talented, so anytime I have crazy idea, he always brings it to life. So let's get going and see what we found. First off, I have found this concrete welcome sign. I couldn't leave it because I figured there's somewhere in the garden I can find a place for it. And let's see if we can find a place for it. My friend and fellow YouTuber has given me this loofah from her loofah plant. And so I'm going to try to figure it out how to take it apart and cut it up and let it dry. But in the meantime, I told her that next year I would love to get a plant, a loofah plant. And so she's going to share with me. But in the meantime, I have to figure out a trellis system, which we don't have. Well, guess what? You will not believe it. I found this next item at a trash dump, and I'm going to use it as a trellis for my loofah for next spring. So come, let's check it out. I picked this beautiful cabinet up while my husband was stationed in Missouri. Somebody was selling it for $35 on Facebook Marketplace. It is antique, very heavy, very well built. And the family, my understanding was it's a young couple that bought a house that had some of the furniture left in it. It just wasn't their style. So I gladly took it off their hand. While stationed in Missouri, I used the top to decorate, and then the bottom two slots were used for blankets and pillows. Now that this is more serving as a TV stand, I have to find spot what to do inside this first cubby. Sorry, sometimes I make words up in English. English is my second language. I originally speak Russian and Belarusian languages. So now that that's established, in this first open space, we're gonna figure out how to decorate and then see how everything comes together. When I saw this quilt holder in trash, I wasn't sure whether I should pick it up. It was quite dusty. I wasn't sure if it was moldy, but I grabbed it. And then when I looked up the price for how much to go online, I was a bit price sticker shock. So I found this, but I did not have a quilt to put on it. I have a quilt that's hanging behind or in front of me on this side of the wall, but I didn't have another one. So you will not believe what happened next. We were at Goodwill Outlet about 2 weeks ago, and I found handmade quilt from 1980s that I think will fit perfectly in here. So let's find space for this quilt holder and make it look cute.
Anytime I bring new items home, I give them a good wash. This quilt stand had about 2 inches worth of dust. I think it was just sitting in somebody's basement and they finally was ready to throw it away. So I wanted to give it a really good wash. Now that I had a quilt stand, I needed a quilt to go on it, and I was so blessed to find this one for $4.
I don't know how to make this fit this and look pretty. So let's at least attempt it. I might have to watch some YouTube videos on how to hang it pretty, or maybe it's too big to be hung on this. No, it feels like it's too big. Do I do it like this? Do I put it between here and maybe here? I don't know. I definitely have to watch some YouTube videos on how to make this look right. Maybe like this. Hold up. Maybe like this. Does it touch the ground? No. Does it look pretty? We'll work on it.
After washing this quilt, I wanted to figure out the quilt size. So I put it on a queen size bed, and sure enough, it fitted. Then I noticed on a corner, it had a little sign that it was made in 1987 by Edna Perry. Edna Perry, if you're watching this video, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for making this quilt, and I promise to treasure it for years to come.
I'm going to take you back to the day when I dug this stool from a trash dump and all the other treasures that I have found that same day. Now, this leather footstool, if I had a chair part to it, it goes online for $900. So my guess, somebody kept the chair and threw away the footstool because I did not see the chair part. Otherwise, I would have taken them both. But anyways, so I figured we can use it. It's going to be something I can put my feet up. I can ring my bell, and it doesn't necessarily match the dark color of this couch, but I can always buy a different color because this couch is from Habitat from Missouri. When we were stationed in Missouri, I got it for $20. I love the wooden structure of it, and these are the cover slips. So I can always get another set of cover slips, a little bit lighter in color, to go with this footstools. But in the meantime, it'll do just fine. So let's go back to the day when I found this. So let me show you what we have here. Looks like some leftover Christmas. That's cute. Little ducky, we'll take him. We have, what do we have here? We have a white laundry, whatever the thing called. Can't think of it now. So that's cute, right? We got this for traveling, lightweight. I might take that. Let me take it real quick. So we have micro lab kit. Then we have projector scope. I don't know, but we'll take that. Oh, look at that. Isn't it cute? So we'll take that. Ooh, look at this. That's cute. Does it work? Oh. Okay, so I may take that as well. All right, and I think I'm gonna take this as well. I think that would be a pretty cool footstool. Oh, what's here? I don't know what it is, but we're gonna leave that over here and take this because I like it. Look at that.
When I saw this vintage little cabinet where you would put your spools for sewing on, I fell in love with it. Even though the door was broken, I saw beauty and potential in it. So I asked my father-in-law if it was fixable, and sure enough, the man can fix anything, so he was able to put it together. Then I had to figure out where to actually hang it, and decided to hang it in our kitchen.
It's not going to be like coming here and be like, ooh, I'm going to stand up, you know what I mean? I feel like when somebody's gonna get out, they're gonna get up here.
Originally, I wanted to hang dry flowers and herbs from it. But with Christmas right around the corner, I thought it would be so fun to go ahead and decorate it for Christmas.
So I found this doorbell at a trash dump not long ago. It was sitting on top of the boxes with hopes that somebody would take it home and I guess make it its own. The problem was my original thought was just to use it as a decor. I did not even know that the bell could actually ring. But when I brought it home and asked my father-in-law to help me put it up, this part would not work. So he worked on it and fixed it and made it work.
The way my father-in-law works, that if you're gonna do something, you might as well do it right. So he takes his time in taking things apart and trying to fix it and figure out what is broken. Once he took this bell apart, he showed me the part where manufacturing did a poor job soldering a part on it. So he improvised, put this bell together, and made it work.
So originally I wanted to put on the outside of the house, so when people would come in, it would be on the door and they would ring the doorbell. However, we have a screen door, or we will have a screen door, we just haven't put up yet, that will prevent it from closing, so that was out of the question. Another option was to put it on the vinyl on the side of the house as a doorbell, but then that was out of the question because it would mess up the vinyl and all that stuff. So now we have to find a place inside the house where it would look cute, and I might have an idea for that. So I thought that it would be pretty fun to put it right here and have it like, kind of like as a joke. Have it like as a butler bell. So when mama gets sick and she needs somebody to bring something, this is the bell I'm gonna ring. But we all know mamas don't ever get sick, or they're not allowed to get sick. And then maybe I can put like a sign over here, some kind of funny sign to go with this bell. So that's the idea. Let's see how it looks.
While my father-in-law was hanging this bell up, I saw a picture that was hanging on another wall that I thought, it will look so cute above this bell. It had house rules written in it, and it says, if it rings, answer it. So I thought it would be so fitting to put it above the bell and see how it all looks together. Since I removed that sign, I now had an empty space, a clean canvas to try to figure out what to put in its place. And I remembered that I had this vintage, rustic, beautiful coat hanger that was just sitting inside my desk that I needed to do something with. And that corner of the house seemed like a perfect fit for it. You know this saying, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. Well, this beautiful plant stand needed some help.
So that goes there. And this is smaller, and that goes on the top that's smaller. And so I went to Lowe's and I got all thread rod that fits this nut inside the wood. So there, It's in there. So, put it down through there. Washer and the nut. Half inch nut. And it came in 12 inches. It would have been better if it was shorter, but I'm not going to cut it and ruin the threads because you won't see this anyway.
Ta-da! Beauty!
From a floor lamp and wanted to hang it from the ceiling, so went and found some parts from another light fixture and scavenged that to adapt it to this, and so it's holding it well. And so had to find a universal bracket that's got different hole dimensions where you can hang about any fixture that you want to. So I'm going to adapt this to this base plate and this to the box in the ceiling.
When I found this Tiffany's lampshade, the base of it was broken, but I loved it so much that I brought it home and asked my father-in-law if there was any way that we can actually hang it from my ceiling. And once again, he saw my vision and brought it to reality. I think this is our third TV that we have picked up at a trash dump. We still have one in working condition at a house that we rent in North Carolina. Second one worked for about 3 months and then gave up. The kids were excited about bringing this one to our home in Virginia and watch cartoons on it. We're in the basement room of a house that we rent in North Carolina. This is the room where I ship all my thrifted items that I sell on Etsy. And I was thrilled that somebody threw away this huge calendar board. It's a erasable board, and I'm excited to be able to utilize for my YouTube, maybe scheduling my videos, my goals for next year, also for my thrifting business, and maybe just regular doctor's appointments that otherwise I cannot keep up with or remember. So I'm excited, and as they say, one man's trash is another man's treasure. When I found this basket at a trash dump, I knew exactly how I was going to use it. Last year, I was baking cookies for my orders to ship, and it was around 8:30 at night. Amazon driver pulled up to deliver a package. I opened the door, and the lady looked like she was very sad. I asked her her day was, and she said it was a rough one. I told her to hold on a second, and I quickly ran to my kitchen and packaged her some cookies. The smile that I saw on her face when she took those cookies is something that was imprinted in my mind. Now, I'm not sharing this story with you to get a pat on the back, because I believe you do not tell the right hand what the left hand is doing, but it is to encourage you to be kind to the drivers that deliver our packages, and if you can bless them with something, do it. I was so excited about finding this drafting table at a trash dump. I wasn't quite sure in the beginning how I was going to use it, but I figured I'll just bring it home and figure it out later. First, I needed to sand it really well because there was some declaration of love to Suzette, and then my plan was to stain it. However, my sander decided to give up on me, and the replacement tool was going to take a little bit to get. I have a little dilemma that I need help with. So on this side of the cabinet, I used to have all this decor that's right here. But after we have put in my double oven, which if you don't know the story, you can look a few videos back, or I'll attach it in my description if you want to have a little background on why I have a double oven.
And so here in the future, we'll have a flat stovetop. My father-in-law going to cut in over here. We're going to put it in. So I really cannot have anything on this side. So I moved it over here. Now, I'm about to bring a table that I found in trash that I'm thinking of putting over here. Then I need to figure out where I want to put all this decor, as I don't really have much other places that I can put them. So I'm thinking maybe moving this on top of the fridge and then putting all these items on top. So let's see. Will you let me know in the comments if you think after I show you if it's gonna work? As you can see, I only was able to send for a little bit until my tool broke, and the replacement hasn't come in yet by mail. So that's on my to-do list. And so my question to you is this. This is dark. Originally, I wanted, whenever it's sanded, to stain this part dark, because that way all the scratches are not that noticeable. But dark against dark, I don't know that I want it. I mean, I guess I can go as dark as this. So I don't. What do you guys think? Do you think should I leave it light? I definitely don't want it to have yellow tone. So maybe sand it, whitewash, and then seal it, or should I sand it and stain it like gray color or dark brown or light color? Let me know in the comments, please. So my plan originally, I'm not sure how it's all going to work out, but my plan was to leave this as such and maybe put some sort of like a little nail here, and maybe put antique picture, so almost like easel. And then when I need to use this for baking, I can flip it and use it as a table, so that way it does not take up a lot of space. So let's see what it looks like if I was to make a table. I feel like this is such a cool piece. I just don't know that it fits in my kitchen. I almost feel it like it's out of place. I mean, this would be cool if I was to bake or, I don't know, cook. I needed extra surface space. This would be perfect. I just don't know, like leaving it like this definitely feels out of place. Now, if I was to put it this way, I feel like there's too much gap between, and it kind of feels out of place too. I mean, just picture here, I could probably put a vintage or antique picture here. I don't know what to do, y'all. I really don't know what to do. What do you think? Does it feel kind of, I mean, and imagine that all this is stained, and I'm going to try to get as much of Chad, and I can't remember who was here, somebody loved Suzette. They definitely wanted to put it on here. So I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted. I mean, there's plenty of space to walk by. I just don't know. I'm struggling. What do you guys think?
next item that I found was this espresso machine. I gave it a good wash and then tried to figure out how it's supposed to go together since I've never used one.
Y'all, I am not a coffee drinker, so hopefully I can figure out how this thing works. Now, my husband is a coffee drinker and he would appreciate this espresso machine. Now, I'll probably have to tell him that I found it like at a thrift store, because otherwise, knowing that I found it at a trash dump, he would make you wash it with Clorox. I'm just kidding. It actually was in a little shed area with somebody putting it down there with hopes that somebody like me would find it. So let's see if we can get it to work.
It took forever for us to figure out how to work this machine, and I'm not sure that we can do it again.
I think press this button right here. Now press, press it again. Woo! Ah! Ah! It's coming. Where is it supposed to go? What is supposed to come from, Matthias? But why is it coming from here? Ah, it's working!
The both engine's working. I get it, Mama.
So this is it, my friends. I think we figured out how to make espresso. My husband will be the judge since he is the one who loves coffee. With that said, if you love anything Christmas, anything vintage, hit the subscribe button, because in upcoming weeks, I will share with you how I decorate my home with Christmas vintage finds, and you will not be disappointed. So until next time, you'll have a blessed day.